In this video, I will show you the location of the lab material and how to do the lab photos. So we're logged into the course Canvas site. We're going to click on Modules. And then we're going to scroll down to the appropriate module. So let me show you Lesson 1. And as you scroll down, you go to a location that says Lab Resources. So under Lab Resources, there's a page here that kind of gives you some tips for each lab. And then there are two of the same exact document of the lab exercise. The lab exercise is the same as having a lab manual. The lab exercise contains all of the information that you need to complete the lab. The two versions are either a PDF or a Word doc. They're identical. It's just whatever you prefer or your computer is most compatible with. So I actually want to show you Lesson 2. So we're going to click on Module Lesson 2. Again, we're going to scroll down to under Lab Resources. So we have our little tips, which is our page. It talks about how you need a lab kit that can be purchased from the ICC bookstore. That is a requirement. You have to have that. And you're going to need it Lab 2 for an inventory list. It also has a list of what you need to do as far as assignments. There are also 3 virtual labs that are due for this particular lab. So let's go back to next in our list is going to be the lab exercise. Just click next. And I'm going to show you the PDF version. And I'm just going to open the file so it's a little bit easier and bigger to see. Okay, so a couple things to note, which it says here in this little green box, is you will start using the lab kit Lab 3. However, you need the lab kit to be purchased from the bookstore by Lab 2 so you can do an inventory list. The reason we do that is if there's any items missing, you can contact me via email and we can either have them shipped via mail to your house or you can pick them up on campus. So this gives us time before Lab 3 when you actually need the lab kit to get the materials to you in case something's missing. So for each lab, you're going to read the instructions and then we give you a little list of what to do. So this lab has 3 virtual labs, which I'll show you those. Those are going to be back on the Canvas site and linked to Connect. Lab 2 is the microscope, so you should click on this link, watch the video, fill in the questions. We're going to continue down. So you're going to know when it's time to do a lab photo when you see these yellow boxes. The yellow boxes are the indicators of what I need for those lab photos. And as a reminder I have here, no lab photos equals 0 on that lesson quiz. So those lesson quizzes are 20 points, 20 questions, about 10 questions over lab and 10 questions over lecture. So let's continue down. This particular photo requires a selfie, which is your entire face, table 1, which we'll look at the next page, filled in, your name and the date. Also, when you upload the photo onto Canvas, please make sure they're not mirror images. Otherwise, I can't read the words. And you can adjust that by adjusting a setting on your camera or phone. So let's continue to scroll down. So this is what I want you to do for Lab 2. You're going to label the parts of the microscope, fill in the function, this whole thing right here, and I even give you a place for the name and the date. So you can have several options of how to submit this photo. You can print this page and then take a selfie with it. You can fill it out on your computer screen and take a picture with you and your computer screen if you don't have a printer, which is totally fine. Those are some ways that you can successfully get this photo submitted. So this week we actually have 2 photos. This is one. So as we scroll down, the metric system is important, but we're going to go straight to the photos. So lab photo 2 is this inventory of your lab kit. Again, that's so that we make sure that you have all the materials. So as we scroll down, here's our checklist. So what you need to do is open that lab kit that you purchased and check a box that everything is present. If something is missing, check over here that it's missing, and then send me an email about what is missing. And if you want it mailed to your house, send me your home address or mailing address. So this would be a selfie with this page. Since there are 2 photos this week, we want all of the photos into one document. An easy way to do that, because it's free, is to go to ilovepdf.com and you can merge those 2 photo documents into one document, save it, upload it to Canvas. Also, so that you know if you're doing the right photos for each week, as we scroll down, it will always tell you how many you need. So each week is a little different. So it says this lab has 2 required photos. Each is worth 1 point. So the 2 required photos are going to be the microscope filled out and that inventory list. So now that we know what's required, let's figure out where we're going to submit our photos. Looked at. So on Canvas, we just looked at the lab exercise. And as we scroll down, we see Wednesday's assignments were lecture assignments, and it says lecture, and then Friday's assignments are lab assignments. So there's lab 2 photo. So you're going to click on this. It has the due date below there. It gives you the instructions, and it even gives you kind of the list of the 2 photos. So there's your microscope and there's your inventory list. That's what I use to grade them. You're going to upload it by clicking Start Assignment, upload that PDF, and then submit it. Okay, let's go back one more thing to show you. So to make sure you have the list of everything is completed, you also have 3 virtual labs. Again, these were due on Friday, and they're on a lab assignment. Semester to semester, the dates may change a little bit, but this is the list of lab, and this is the list for lecture. And then the quizzes are going to be on a different day. So I hope that was helpful on how to complete the lab activity.